Can you see me? Can you hear me? Scary. Uh, uh, uh. So, still no sound. I don't know what I'm doing. Why doesn't that work? Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. And now. Oh, we don't want that. Come on. Oh, you see and hear me? I see and hear you. Oh, really? That's good. So okay, so let's say, so what am I? Say hi, Shane. I want to see how long this takes. Say hi. Hi. Okay, good. I'm testing the sound again. Let's do one more thing. When I say one, two, three, when I say three, I want you to type the number three, okay? So here we go. One, two, three. Okay, so it looks like I have about a 10-second delay. All right, that's okay. I can handle 10 seconds. Welcome everybody. Hold on a second. I'm going to also get this going on Periscope. Do you guys know what Periscope is? And we're going to do Let's Master English. We're going to do part of my Let's Master English podcast. I don't know how to do this. So that should be okay. Public, what are you seeing now? Initializing video stream, go live. LME live. Go live. Unworking. I hope stuff is working. Oh, it's camera's the other way. Double tap to flip camera. Okay, there we go. But it's like this. So I need to do that. All right, how am I going to do this? Hi, everybody. Hi. I got people on YouTube, and we've got people on Periscope. Very good. Saying hi to everybody. We're also on YouTube live right now. So when I look at YouTube, I don't see anything, but I have this other Wirecast play that shows me. So this is pretty crazy. My Periscope is Coach Shane, but you can just stay on YouTube. Hopefully it will continue to work. Leo, you're supposed to be working right now. You're a busy man right now, Leo. Okay, so what else do I need to do? I need to get my Twitter. I need to get my Twitter active here. There, live streaming. Good. So, what I am going to do today is we're going to test a little bit. I'm going to do my Let's Master English podcast, the news section with you guys, and then I will do the question and answer section with you guys too, and I'll take those pieces and I'll put them together and I'll make our podcast, our Let's Master English podcast. I haven't done that in a while, so this is going to be pretty exciting. So it's going to be kind of like a radio show. I won't be talking to you so much, but I'll want you to listen to me if you can. And then later on, I want you guys to, if you have any questions about English and stuff like that, I'll do my best to answer your questions. So this is almost scary. So many things going on right now. Oh my goodness. Cancel. Let me open up my document. All of this stuff I will edit out of the podcast, so you guys are seeing real fresh stuff. All right. So this is my Let's Master English 57, the news section. I got to make sure I'm recording everything here. Everything's recording here. I'm not going to record the live stream. Hopefully YouTube will keep it. I don't know. So this is the story. Listen up. Parking nightmare. Some parking lots can get pretty big, huge, and most of us have temporarily lost our car in these gigantic places. Some of us may have lost our car at the supermarket. But have you heard about the guy in Manchester, England? He parked his car in a multi-story parking garage on an evening in June, enjoyed a concert, and afterwards, he couldn't find his car. He hunted for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. He thought it had been stolen. But nope, it just turned up 6 months later in the parking garage. That'll be one heck of a parking charge. Oh, this is such a crazy story. Yeah, it's a true story. So if you have a car, you will understand. Sometimes you go to the shopping mall or you go to, Disneyland, something like that. The parking lot is huge and you park your car, you go inside, you do your business, you come back outside. Where's my car? Where did I park my car? And you walk around, you walk around, you walk around, and eventually we find our car. Well, this guy, did you understand the story? He lost his car. For how long? How long did this guy lose his car for? For 6 months. He lost his car for 6 months. Isn't that crazy? And he thought the car was stolen, but it wasn't stolen. He just lost it, and now he has to drive the car out of the parking garage, and when he drives out, he has to pay the parking fee. So not 6 hours, not 6 days, not 6 weeks, 6 months. Insanity. Now, I'm going to read the story one more time. Listen carefully, and then we'll talk about some vocabulary. Here we go. Some parking lots can get pretty big, huge, and most of us have temporarily lost our car in these gigantic places. Some of us may have lost our car at the supermarket. But have you heard about the guy in Manchester, England? He parked his car in a multi-story parking garage on an evening in June, enjoyed a concert, and afterwards, he couldn't find his car. He hunted for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. He thought it had been stolen. But nope, it just turned up 6 months later in the parking garage. That'll be one heck of a parking charge. Okay, so it's a funny story, not too difficult. First sentence one more time. The title, Parking Nightmare, a nightmare, Nightmare. If you're here chatting in the YouTube chat or on Twitter or on Periscope, go ahead and type the word nightmare, good vocabulary, nightmare, Nightmare. So a parking nightmare is a really horrible dream of parking. That's the idea. And if you have a problem when parking, we can call it a parking nightmare. This is a nightmare, a huge problem. Some parking lots, a parking lot, L-O-T. It's just a big space where people can park their car, usually in front of a business. It's not on the street. That's street parking where they have parking spaces, but a parking lot is a large area where people park their cars. Some parking lots can get pretty big. Yeah, pretty big. Now, pretty big sometimes means a little big and sometimes means really big. It depends on how you say it. So, outside my house, the parking lot, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. Maybe 5 cars, 6 cars. Outside my house, the parking lot is pretty big. Oh, it's pretty big. Maybe 200 cars, maybe 300 cars. So, depending on how you say pretty big, P-R-E-T-T-Y, big, it can change the meaning. So again, some parking lots can get pretty big. Huge. H-U-G-E. Huge. Super big. And most of us, you and me, most of us, 60, 70, 80% of us have temporarily lost our car. Temporarily. 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 Just for a minute. We come out looking for the car. Oh, oh, oh. We lose our car for just a minute. Most of us have temporarily lost our car in these gigantic places. Gigantic. Gigantic. Pretty big, huge, gigantic. Pretty big would be like size A. Huge, size B. It's bigger. Gigantic, size C. It's really, really large. These gigantic places. Some parking lots can get gigantic. Some of us, now, most of us have lost our car temporarily. Some of us, 10%, 15%, may have lost our car at the supermarket. Yeah, that happens to me. In the supermarket parking lot, it's not that big. But I thought I parked my car on the right, but no, it's on the left. So I got lost. Yeah, it happens to me. But have you heard about the guy in Manchester, England? England, the UK, the city of Manchester, there's a guy. Did you hear about him? He parked his car in a multi-story parking garage. So those parking garages, it's not a parking lot. Parking lots are flat areas. It's a parking garage with 1 floor, 2 floor, 3 floor, 4 floors of parking. Multi. We can say multi, M-U-L-T-I, or multi, M-U-L-T-I. Same spelling. Pronunciation might be different. Multi-story, multi-story. Story, S-T-O-R-Y. That means floor. So this guy in Manchester, he parked his car in a multi-story parking garage on an evening at 6, 7 p.m. in June. So last June 2016. He parked his car and then he enjoyed a concert. He went to a music concert, had a great time listening to the music. Yeah, wonderful time. And afterwards, 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 after the concert, He went to his car, to the multi-story parking garage, and he couldn't find his car. He hunted like a hunter looking for, an animal or a deer hunt or something like that. He was hunting not for animals, for his car. He hunted for his car. He hunted for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours? No, days. He hunted for his car for 4 days. Nothing. It's gone. He thought it had been stolen. He thought his car had been stolen. Somebody stole his car. But nope, N-O-P-E, nope, no, it wasn't stolen. It just turned up. A few days ago, it turned up. Somebody found the car. They discovered the car. And the car was very dusty, very dirty, because it hadn't been washed in 6 months. It was in a parking garage, and somebody saw it, and they said, hey, this car has been here a long time. Let's call the police. They called the police. The police checked the car. They checked the number. Somebody said the car was stolen. It wasn't stolen. It was in the parking garage, exactly where the guy from Manchester had parked it. It had been there for 6 months. They found the car in December. Can you imagine? You go to your car, thanks police, woo, sorry. You get in your car, you drive down the parking lane, and the gate opens, and you put your ticket in to pay for the parking bill. Oh my goodness, yeah. They expect the parking will cost over $6,000. Oh boy. Yeah, so I have lost my car in a parking lot, but now I don't feel so bad. Let's look at some vocabulary words. Parking lot, 2 words, parking lot. And that's a place to park your car. It's outside, usually outside, and it's outside, and it's like 1 story. It's just the ground, okay? If it's a 2-story or a 3 or multi-story, then we say parking garage, a parking garage, okay? Garage, G-A-R-A-G-E, parking garage. Temporarily, spelling T-E-M-P-O-R-A-R-I-L-Y, temporarily, for a brief period of time. It could be 10 seconds. It could be 10 minutes. Yeah, it depends on the situation. Gigantic. So gigantic is big, but big is like a hamburger. And then there's huge, like a Big Mac. And then there's gigantic, like, I don't know, a 5-pound hamburger. Something really, really huge. So big is big, a little bit bigger is huge, and even bigger than huge, gigantic. Gigantic, G-I-G-A-N-T-I-C. Interestingly, the word huge, many Americans actually say huge. And they do sometimes in the UK also, huge, without the H. But I do recommend the H sound, huge. Then we have supermarket. Supermarket is a big grocery store, Where I live, we have a supermarket, but actually it's kind of small, so we just call it a grocery or a grocery store. And then if you go further, there's a supermarket, much bigger. So a super as in big market. Multi-story, multi or multi, we do say both, story. In America, we say S-T-O-R-Y, story meaning floor. So having several floors. Afterwards, 1 word, A-F-T-E-R-W-A-R-D-S, afterwards, meaning after the event, after dinner, after the concert, whatever the situation was. Hunted, in this case, hunting for a deer, but here, looking for searching for. He was hunting his car, hunting for his car. That's the idea. Turned up. If something has turned up, that means it was lost, but now we found it, or somebody found it. So I lost my phone on Monday, and on Tuesday, it turned up. Where did it turn up? Oh, I found it in the car. I left it in the car. Turned up. Something was lost, boom, and later it was found. One heck of a parking charge. One, O-N-E, heck, H-E-C-K, of a huge and amazing. That was one heck of a party. That was an amazing party. Ooh, I have one heck of a headache. Oh, I have a really bad, shocking, terrible headache. Ooh, that's one heck of a bald spot. Wow, you have a big, amazing, beautiful, bald spot on your head. I know I do. I'm not hiding it. And then we have the word charge or a fee. Parking charge, parking fee. That is the idea. Those are the key words. And I'm going to read the story one more time. Parking nightmare is the story. Here we go. Some parking lots can get pretty big, huge, and most of us have temporarily lost our car in these gigantic places. Some of us may have lost our car at the supermarket. But have you heard about the guy in Manchester, England? He parked his car in a multi-story parking garage on an evening in June, enjoyed a concert, and afterwards, he couldn't find his car. He hunted for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. He thought it had been stolen, but nope, it just turned up 6 months later in the parking garage. That'll be one heck of a parking charge. Okay, that was our first news section. I hope that you enjoyed it. Parking charge, parking fee. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, that was a question from Johnny Lira. Thanks, Johnny. I'm going to stop my audio recorder and start it up again. Good. So we've got, how are we doing? On Periscope, I've got 9 people. That's terrible. Just a few people. On Twitter, I don't have anything. Oh, yes. I got a couple of people. Let's see. We've got Puni from China. We've got Nada. We've got Jose and Christy Peterson. Hey, that's my sister. Saying hi, favoriting my tweet there. Thanks so much. And here on YouTube, we've got a lot of people. I don't know how many people. How many people do we have? Can you find 29 people? That's great. 29 people are watching. Thank you so much for watching. Santa has a question. So if we can understand the whole story, are we intermediate? The whole news story. That's a good question. And basically, I would say the level of this story was intermediate. Not even upper intermediate, general intermediate. So yeah, if you can understand this story the first time I read it, you're probably upper intermediate, maybe even advanced. But if you needed a little bit of explanation and now you understand the story, intermediate, definitely intermediate. It's a tough question. It's a tough question. It was actually Johnny's question. Very good. Any other questions? I do want to take questions from people who are live. A bunch more notifications. Hey. So if you do have a question, you can leave it in the live chat on YouTube, or you can tweet. My Twitter handle is @CoachShane, and I do have some questions that I do want to answer. On the podcast, I can edit all of these problems out. Where did I lose my stuff? There we go. Oh, it's not there. Why don't you, another great question. This is, why didn't you create podcasts for 2 years? I missed your name. It was on Periscope. Yeah, I'm so sorry. To be honest, we do a lot of stuff, and we make our E-cubed video, which is not every day, but we try to do it a couple hundred times a year. We do have the E-cubed podcast, which is also a couple hundred times a year. Coach Shane's ESL, this channel on YouTube. And I have my students too, my regular students for my DDM and for my perf class. And it takes so much time. It takes a lot of time for editing and rendering and writing and creating classes. And I've been super busy. And finally, I said, I've got to do this. People are waiting. So yes, now I'm back. I'm still super busy. I'm losing more hair, but I've decided Wednesdays are a really good time for me to do this live stream and podcast. And I will continue every Wednesday. I will be doing this Let's Master English podcast. This year in 2017, I'll be making 40 LME podcasts. So, yes, I am sure it has returned. It definitely has returned. I'm so sorry. The question, there's another question. In an evening in June or on an evening in June? When we talk about evenings, it's part of the day. We say on. So in June, on an evening in June. On an evening in June. That's what we say. More questions. Lots of hellos here. Hi, everybody. Yeah, Jose Silva says, this podcast helps my English so much. A great question. Patrick has a question. Is there any difference in pronunciation between S-T-U-F-F and S-T-A-F-F? Yes, there's a big difference, Patrick. Stuff, staff. S-T-U-F-F, that's a short U. Like fun, F-U-N, fun, stuff, stuff. And S-T-A-F-F, that's a short A, like happy or apple. So staff. So give the stuff to the staff. Give the stuff to the staff. And working on pronunciation, it's very important that you practice out loud. And everybody, if you have an American friend, I highly recommend you ask them to help you. Many people don't. If you can, of course, join our classes, and myself or the other coaches will help you with your pronunciation. But vowels, oh boy, that can be really tough. I understand vowels are really tough. But big difference, Patrick. Stuff, staff. Stuff and staff. I saw more questions. Marcello, I'm driving now, listening to you. I have to stop to write. It's great to see and hear you. Oh, thank you so much. Absolutely, Marcello, same thing. Can I have the pronunciation of, do you have the book club? I'll talk about the book club in a second. L-O-U-N-G-E, L-A-U-N-C-H, L-U-N-C-H. Yes, they're all different. So L-O-U-N-G-E, lounge, ow, ow, lounge, lounge. L-A-U-N-C-H, law, aw, A-W. So lounge was an O-W, law is an A-W, launch, not a J, but a ch. The J is vibrated, the ch is not. Lunch, short U again, like stuff, lunch. Lounge, launch, lunch. I launched my lunch in the lounge. That's actually a really funny sentence, and it makes sense. I launched my lunch in the lounge. And basically that means in the rest area, I vomited my sandwich. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's where my mind goes. Okay, book club. Yes, we have the book club. We're starting fresh this year. The book club will be a part of our podcast, Let's Master English podcast. Our first book for this year is, and maybe you've read it, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And we'll probably, I don't know how we'll do it, but in the podcast, I will explain. So I want you guys to get my podcast. It'll be easy if you want to get the Let's Master English podcast. We're making it right now, but there will be more. We need Country Shane and the book club section. Just go to www.letsmasterenglish.com/radio, RADIO. And when you go there, you have 2 options. On the right, Let's Master English Podcast or Daily Easy English Expression Podcast. Obviously, you want to listen to Let's Master English Podcast number 57. So Let's Master English Podcast number 57. At the end, I will tell you more about the book club. Again, the book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If it's possible, you might be able to get the audiobook for free, and I'll give you information about that in the podcast. So please check out that on the website. You can download the podcast and keep it forever. Yes, forever. It's a magical gift. Yep, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, Constantine, Coach, the best teacher on YouTube. Constantine, you're the best student on YouTube. Uh-oh. I saw a message from Beretha. Beretha is one of my big students. I tried to join when I quit DDM. Perfect! Beretha, did you have a hangout? I think she may have had a hangout. We have so many great hangouts. Sydney's there. Hi, Sydney. And she joined. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you, Beretha. And Beretha's really a great student. She has lots of hangouts with our other students, helping them. And like I tell my students, the best way to learn is to teach. As we teach, we make mistakes. And as a teacher, we hate to make mistakes. So we concentrate more and we focus more, and that builds our skill and it helps other people. So I want to say a special thank you to Beretha for doing that. That's really excellent. Yeah, not only DDM 2017, not only DDM 17, but regular DDM too. I cannot pronounce left 4. Okay, this is a great one. And this will be my last question for today. Don't worry, I'll be back next week. Left 4, L-E-F-T-F-O-R. And I'll give you a sentence. I left for 5 minutes. So there was a meeting, and during the meeting, I had to go to the bathroom. So I left for 5 minutes. Now the problem is left for, we got F-T-F. Very difficult to say quickly. I left for, very tough. What happens is, for most Americans, we cancel the T. And we say, I left for 5 minutes. I left for 5 minutes. That's what we say. So the actual typical standard American pronunciation is leffer, L-E-F-F-E-R, something like that. So why do we cancel the T? Well, actually, I teach that in DDM, and the F is one of those sounds that can cancel the T. Not only the T, but the D and the TH too. But that's actually a great example. It's a tough one. I left for 5 minutes. Now, when you are actually speaking English and when the American is actually speaking, we do not think about canceling the T. In my head, I left for 5 minutes. What? I left for 5 minutes. I'm saying the T. I'm saying it perfectly in my head. But that cancellation happens naturally. Okay, it happens naturally. And so you need to know that. So for you guys, especially as adults, I do want you to focus on perfect pronunciation. I left for 5 minutes. I left for 5 minutes. I left for 5 minutes. Try and get that T. But the more you speak English, the better and more comfortable and more confident you become. That T, without your knowledge, will probably disappear. It's a natural thing that happens, and that's something that you can do, but let it happen naturally. Try not to do it intentionally. Perfect pronunciation is best. That's right, Hugo. Leffer. Leffer. That's right. Yep. Edwiges Mendoza says, I was pretty sure there was a cancellation. That's exactly right. This has been the Q&A section, and so many great questions, live questions, which I love. You guys can join me every Wednesday, not every Wednesday, but for 2017, 40 Wednesdays. Next Wednesday, yes. Join me on YouTube or on Twitter. So Twitter, it's at Coach Shane, and YouTube, it's www.youtube.com/ I don't even know. Coach Shane ZSL. I have to verify. I can edit this out in the audio, and the audio is going to sound perfect, so you guys can see that there's some cheating. Yes, www.youtube.com/Coach Shane ZSL CoachShaneSESL. That's a long title. Santa is sharing it. Thank you so much. So again, that's it for my live stream on Periscope and on YouTube. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will be back next Wednesday about the same time, maybe a little bit earlier, and I hope that you can join me. And once again, I'm putting together the Let's Master English podcast, so I want you guys to download it. There will be more information, and the sound, hopefully, will sound professional, like from a radio. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Happy Pappy. Sydney's the greatest. Oops. How do I end Periscope? I'm going to hit buttons here. Bye. Did I end it? Swipe down to stop. Ah, there we go. Hey. Now, how do I get out of YouTube? Thank you so much, guys. If I missed your name, I apologize. I'll get it next time. Bum, 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 bum.